All right. Hey everyone, I'm John Marion, one of the chairmen of the Woodstock International Food Festival, and I'm on the grounds of St.Elizabeth Orthodox Church here in Woodstock, Georgia, which hosts the festival. And today the cooks are making pierogis. So I've got Cora James with us, Father Matt and his wife Pawnee Catherine, and they have extensive backgrounds in making pierogis, and we're just going to talk to them for a few minutes and learn more about this delicious food. So Cora, tell us a little bit about your background and how you learned to make pierogis and what are pierogis?
Well, pierogis in the Slovak way are like cheese and potato dumplings, kind of like ravioli, except they're boiled and then you put butter and onions on them. There are different ones you can make, but right now we're just making cheese and potatoes. My grandparents came from Czechoslovakia. My mom made pierogi with her, and then my mom passed it down to me, and we're passing it down to other generations. So it's a great tradition to uphold, and they're absolutely delicious.
Great. So is this the kind of food that you would normally eat in your home growing up on a regular basis, or was it
being
special?
Orthodox, we have a lot of fasts, and we could have these during fast time. They didn't have any meat in them, and basically these are mashed potatoes with cheese, and then this is the dough that we've made. We roll this out and fill it with cheese potatoes. We freeze them, and then we bring them out and boil them, and they're yummy.
They're delicious, yeah. So Father Matt and Pawnee, let either one of you, talk. Tell us about your background. You obviously have two different backgrounds and your families, but I'd love to hear, how you guys got involved in making pierogis and why that's part of your background.
Ladies first.
Okay. So my dad is the one who is Orthodox, and funny enough, my mom is not, and she actually comes from the background of like German, around that area. So she never grew up making any of this, so she was kind of like married into it. So, but
She's an expert now.
Yeah, she's an expert now. So every Christmas,
Professional.
every Christmas and Easter, she would make pierogis and kind of like sell them to people, and we were always like stuck helping, which was always no one really liked to do, but kind of just like this, you have
In their kitchen.
in a small kitchen, everyone had their own duty to do, and my mom would roll and make the pierogis. One put them in the pot to boil, and then one would bag and put butter and onions in the bag.
Okay. Now you mentioned that your mother married into it, so your father is from a country with a background that pierogis is part of the culture?
Yes, just like Cora. I'm not sure exactly where or what part he came from, but it's definitely Czechoslovakia,
Hungary,
Austria,
yeah.
some Poland in the family too.
Okay, great. Now one more thing about your mother, she also makes some other food that we've enjoyed over the years. What are those two words that begin with H?
So the one is halushki, and that's just the cabbage and noodles. And then there's halupki, which is like the ground beef and rice rolled in like a cabbage leaf.
Okay. And so do those foods originate from her background or from your dad's background in Eastern Europe?
From my dad's background.
Okay.
So,
Carpatho-Rusin, I guess you call it.
Okay. And that would be a great video on its own. One day we'll talk about the Carpatho-Rus background and ethnicity and all that. That's like a standalone topic. But I think a lot of people would be very interested in.
Yeah.
Definitely its own topic.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
But the church that I grew up in, when they would have an event like this where they cooked all those Eastern European foods, if you got, you get the pierogi and the halupki and the halushki on one plate, and they call that the Carpathian platter. So you could pick, that's just one way of like thinking about, all that food comes from the same kitchen, basically.
Okay,
Same
well,
place.
maybe at a future, we didn't really plan that out, but maybe in the future, we can have a Carpathian platter here.
Yeah.
In,
You could order your own, actually. You could pick the pieces together
You can
on
make
the
your own?
website,
Okay.
and you could make your own Carpathian platter.
Okay. Well, you can also pair it, and the good thing about Woodstock International Food Festival, you can get all this great Eastern European Carpathian food, but you can pair it with Brazilian food and Mexican corn and all sorts of other things. So anyway, that's just a great thing about our festival. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some close-up videos of some of the pierogis and you know, the process of how the cooks are making it so that you can get a better idea of what it's like. Go online at WoodstockInternationalFoodFestival.com and click on the menu. You can put an order in now and come by this weekend, October 10th and 11th, and you can pick up your order between 12 noon and 8 p.m. on either day. When you check out online, you can select which day you want to come and pick up your food. So anyway, that's it for tonight about pierogis. We're looking forward to seeing you at the festival this weekend.